friend Mike Garafolo in his orange or coral shirt.
You're in good hands.
I would offer you some candy right now, some candy, generic candy here, but obviously we're not in studio together, and I miss you guys so much. But we still get to spend time together on these Saturdays and talk about all of the awesome games and matchups coming our way and all of the news. So let's get to it. Here we go. The division matchups this week are pretty wild. It is rivalry week around the NFL and really around the country, too. 6 divisional games on the schedule tomorrow. 3 in the NFC, including Niners, Seahawks. I can't wait. That game is always nuts. And we have 3 more over on the AFC, including Steelers, Ravens, which is about as good as it gets. But right now, we want to focus on Patriots and Bills. Buffalo trying to end New England's reign of 11 straight AFC East titles. Mike Giardi has more from Foxborough.
Before we move forward, let's flash back quickly. Week 4 of last season in Buffalo, Patriots-Bills. Patriots winning the game 16-10, and Josh Allen had the worst game of his NFL career. A career-high 3 interceptions and a passer rating of 24.8. Again, a career low. Allen says that was the turning point for him, and indeed his career has pressed forward. The Bills making the playoffs last year and now leading the division. And one of the things that Allen says he grew from that game was understanding that it's from the bottom up, not the top down. In other words, take what the teams give you. Don't push the ball into areas where you're not supposed to and risk the turnover. He's been much better at managing the football. And Cole Beasley, his teammate and close friend, said, look, he really changed after that game. He said that one hurt him, and he talked about it a lot, and he's gone about trying to correct it. He did not go into the dumpster. He has picked himself out and is playing terrific football for us.
Thank you, Mike. All right, so the Patriots, they've lost 3 straight games for the first time since 2002. Cam Newton said that this week is a must-win game. It's only week 8, but it is week 8. Jeezy, do you expect Cam Newton to have a better performance?
I do, and mathematically it's not a must-win, but we know everything that he's saying right here and how important it is for him and the team as a whole as well. And look, everybody's going to focus on the mechanics, and that was the talk this week in New England. His mechanics are starting to come unglued because they didn't really have consistent practice over the last couple of weeks with all the COVID issues that they've had, including him. It's really also about decision-making, though, and that's one of the things that they want to really make sure that he's making the right decisions, and he's making them on time, because now these turnovers are happening when these plays are a little bit off schedule and he's not seeing guys in the right windows and then trying to force things, and then it just starts to snowball, and then the mechanics come unglued because he's uncomfortable, right? So if you're the Patriots, you try to stress the positive. He's at 68% completion still on the year. That's very good. He's also at 7.4 yards per attempt, which is the highest number he's had since his MVP season. So if you're New England, you just hope that all of this comes together. You get back in a comfort zone, despite the fact that Julian Edelman's not going to be out there for him.
Yeah, that's a huge deal, Jeezy. And last week we saw those 3 interceptions from Cam. The turnovers are absolutely killing them. They have 14 already this year. Only the Dallas Cowboys have more. With 1 more, New England matches their entire total of giveaways from last year at 15. And we're not even halfway through the season. And so much of the success that Bill Belichick has had in New England is because the Patriots usually don't beat themselves. Since 2000, they have the fewest giveaways in the entire National Football League. So the turnovers, they're becoming a problem, and it's a huge reason why the Patriots have been struggling.
And a huge reason why Cam Newton has been struggling, guys, and Jeezy, to your point, the bad decision-making, the mechanics coming unglued. He's running the ball too much. He's running the ball 10 or 11 times a game, and I think that's what's affecting his down-the-field passing. And then I look at the other side of the Buffalo Bills. They need to run the ball a little bit. I mean, they only average 97 rushing yards per game. That's 29th in the National Football League. You hear Cole Beasley saying the game last year didn't put Josh Allen in the tank, something that'll help help Josh Allen is a run game. Get Devin Singletary going. Last year, Devin Singletary led all running backs with over a 5.0 average yards per carry. This year, he's under 3.5 yards per carry. That cannot happen. Give the man the football. Help your offense out. Be able to hold on to leads instead of always having to drop back late in games and have to throw the football. Yes, you have a big, massive offensive line. Let those guys lean on some people to help your quarterback out.
That's music to my ears, M-Rob. Let the offensive line grind them up. And you know what else it does? When you're running the ball well on first and second down, boy, it sure makes third down a heck of a lot easier. And while everybody's focusing on Cam Newton and the Patriots offense stinking up the joint, look, it's the Buffalo Bills offense on third down that I'm going to be watching. And when you look at what happened last week against the Jets, yeah, they won the game, but they were 3 for 11 on third down. Take a look at what the Buffalo Bills have done against the Patriots on third down the last 2 games they faced them. All right, they've struggled. Josh Allen has really struggled. Brian Dable, the offensive coordinator, has struggled. This is in the 2 games last year. Look at that. 2 for 13 in week 4, 2 for 11 in week 16. Do some math. That's 4 for 24 on third down in the last 2 games combined. So they've got to do a great job of running the football, like M-Rob said. But on third down, they've got to do a better job. Here's what Greg Williams did. He showed 5 or 6 rushes at the line of scrimmage, dropped 2 into coverage. They took away the shallow crossing routes. All right, when you do that with Josh Allen, he's been struggling to find his second and third progression. And to your point, M-Rob, he starts running around. So look for that. Obviously, the Pats have had success in the past. They're going to do the same thing Greg Williams just did to him last week.
Yeah, and what this Bills offense really needs to do is play like they were playing the first month of the season. These last 3 weeks, they've not looked the same. So we'll see. Maybe it'll happen in this game against the Patriots. But the Bills, they are 5-2. Can they play with the league's best, though? Buffalo's undefeated against teams that didn't make the postseason last year, 0-2 against teams that did, and they've given up more than twice as many points as they've scored in those games. Listen, I'm just reading numbers here, so you can do with it what you want. Facing New England tomorrow and Seattle next week, both playoff teams last season, so obviously it's a huge test for the Bills, Mike Robb. That brings us to hot routes. It's a hot game. We're going to do some hot routes. A few burning questions to get you ready for this weekend. Sean, I'm going to start with you. Odell Beckham Jr. out for the year, not going to be available. So the Browns, they host the Raiders this week. How will their offense really change without OBJ?
Yeah, Colleen, this has been a buzzworthy topic all week long. Look, the instant and immediate impact is they're not going to be as explosive. OBJ is still one of the most explosive players in the game when he's healthy, so that's out the window. But when you look at their offense, look, Jarvis Landry was the most targeted receiver on that team, so he was getting the ball a heck of a lot more than OBJ. I think the big key is going to be, what does the impact have on the run game? Because without that explosive playmaking ability of OBJ, now you don't have to play 2 safeties deep. Now you're not doubling that guy. So now maybe you have another guy in the box, which puts more pressure on Kareem Hunt and this running game. The offensive line's been playing phenomenal. I think we're going to see this Cleveland Browns team go more to the run game, but they could struggle because they have that extra guy in the box.
They need to get Kareem Hunt out into space more, too, because they haven't really been doing that as much since Nick Chubb went down. All right, Mike Robb, this one's for you here. In the battle of AJs here, who has more receiving yards tomorrow, A.J. Brown or A.J. Green?
I'm going to go with the brown AJ, not the green one. I'm going to go with the brown one, AJ Brown for the Tennessee Titans. I think the Cincinnati Bengals and that run defense are going to have 30 guys at the line of scrimmage to stop Derrick Henry, which is going to open up beautiful throwing lanes and play-action passing lanes for Ryan Tannehill. So I think the brown AJ or AJ Brown has the more successful day.
Okay, you're going with A.J. Brown there for the Titans. Jeezy, how about this? Get out your reporter's notebook, okay? Tell us the player that's most likely to be dealt before Tuesday's trade deadline.
Let's go Takk McKinley from the Falcons, the former first-round pick, a guy who had 6 and 7 sacks in his first 2 seasons. and the production has dropped off as he's battled some health things and whatnot. But, teams are looking for pass rush help, and the Seattle Seahawks were one of them that traded for a pass rusher. They may not be done. It may not be Takk McKinley, but they may not be done with some edge help via the trade market, Colleen. All right, this one's for you. Justin Herbert or anybody else for Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Wow, there's a lot of good candidates. I mean, you got Joe Burrow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Jefferson. I'm going to go with the guy that was Offensive Rookie of the Month for October, Justin Jefferson. Nope, it wasn't him. It was Justin Herbert. Different Justin, and that's what I'm going with here for Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's third in the NFL.
That was